What's good, y'all? In this video, I'm gonna be giving y'all the ultimate guide on how to complete the 75 hard challenge. And I'm gonna be giving y'all the steps that I wish I would have started at first and going into the knowledge I would have known to be able to maximize my benefits as much as possible and to know how to approach this challenge and be able to beat this challenge effectively. So we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. Now, going into the 75 hard challenge, you need to understand what is the most difficult aspects of the challenge and how you can tailor yourself to attacking those. First, the easiest thing by far in this challenge is the drinking a gallon of water. It is the most simple thing you're going to with this challenge. If you're doing 2 workouts a day, you're going to be drinking a gallon of water. Trust and believe, because you're going to be tired. All it takes is one little motion. All you're having to do is this. Drinking the water is the easiest part of this challenge. So I'm telling you, if you are working out and you stick with it 2 days, you're going to be drinking a gallon of water. Still track it, but you will find yourself sipping on a lot of water. Now, the second most easy thing with the challenge is then going to be reading the book. Now, 10 pages of a book isn't that hard to read. I don't know if y'all can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, or if y'all are literate. Not literate, I don't know, that's tough. I don't know what to tell you, because then you kind of can't do this challenge. I guess, I don't know, start off with a little critter book, bro. I don't know what to tell you. But what I'm saying is, that's gonna be the easiest part of this challenge. I originally started reading a book for this challenge, but I kind of realized it was pretty simple and pretty easy. It only takes you like, what, 10 to 15 minutes to read 10 pages. So I swapped it out for something a little harder just to keep myself accountable with the YouTube. I was like, I'm gonna do 3 hours of editing. That was my thing, 3 hours of editing a day. I'm telling you, reading a book is very simple. It does not take much effort. So the 2 things that you're going to have to worry about in this challenge that most people struggle with are the 2 workouts a day and the eating clean aspect and sticking with the diet. Now, we're gonna talk about the diet part. If you are someone that struggles with cheat meals, do not go to regular grocery stores. It is set up for failure. You walk down one aisle, you're gonna see all the treats you like. You walk down the other aisle, you're gonna see the food that you always want. I'm telling you, do not go to regular grocery stores. You're gonna have to do what I did. This is just gonna keep you on track. Go to Costco or Sam's Club, go to stores like that, because when you're going to have to buy a cheat meal there, or you buying a snack, you have to buy that thing in bulk. You're gonna feel a lot worse if you're going to a store like Sam's Club or Costco and you're gonna have to buy 20 bags of chips than if you were to be like, okay, I'll just do a little dab in some chips. I'll just grab this one little bag over here at a regular grocery store. So I'm telling you, if you are someone that slips into, cheat meals, do not go to regular grocery stores. Stay away from fast food. Do you want to get a big bag, or do you want to have a big bag? Just think about that, food for thought. But all I'm telling y'all is, when it comes to this challenge, the food aspect, it is something a little difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, y'all may be asking, what did I do for my diet? So what I did was I stuck with, high carb diet with high protein, and I made sure I got 5 servings of fruit a day. That was my non-negotiable. I had to get 5 servings of fruit a day, okay? Now, the reason for this is that I was gonna be bulking, and I wanted to make sure I had a lot of energy for these workouts. I knew that I had to mix cardio in with the actual workouts, like the gym, for example, because I wanted to be able to, not feel sluggish all the time when I put on size. So what I'm telling you is, if you are going to bulk, make sure you have some money ready, because with this challenge, you're gonna be burning mad calories and you're not gonna be able to eat cheat meals. So sometimes you're going to have to eat a lot more foods that are gonna cost you a lot more money. You're gonna have to buy a lot more meat. You're gonna have to buy, a lot more chicken. You're gonna have to buy a lot more ground beef. That's what I was eating. Like, I had to go through so much of that in each week. So I want you to be aware of the fact that you're going to have to be spending money if you're bulking. Now, if you're doing 75 hard and you're cutting, oh yeah, you good, bruh. You good. You're good, because all you're really doing now is you can continue to eat like how you were before, but as long as you are, let's say, doing your calorie deficit through your workouts, which more than likely you're going to, because I'm gonna touch on that in a second, you're not gonna have to be spending that much money. The only thing that you have to worry about is just make sure you eat clean. I'll be honest, the first 50 days of the challenge, I really didn't have any urges of getting other types of food. Now, I never was a big fast food person going into this challenge, and I already worked out prior to it. But I will tell you this, once I hit like day 55 to like all the way to the end, I started craving certain foods. I'm not gonna lie, bro, soccer, I wanted some pizza. I wanted, I love slushies, so I love my ices and everything. I wanted those really badly. I wanted Zaxby's. I wanted, all these different types of foods. And you're gonna have to be resilient through that, because the good thing is, like I talked about earlier, if you go to those big bulk stores like Costco or Sam's Club, you're normally gonna have something in the fridge waiting on you. So that's gonna hold you accountable. If you go to smaller grocery stores and you're not buying things in bulk, you're gonna run out of food fast. And when you run out of food, you may get back home late at night one day from work and be like, well, dang, I'm not trying to cook. That's what ends up leading to you failing the challenge, because then you're trying to look and find things quickly. You need to have a plan when it comes to this challenge. So when it comes to the food, I'm telling you, stay disciplined. You will be fine. Go to these, I don't know what they call them, wholesale, or go to these stores like Sam's and Costco and get your food well in advance for the week. Meal prep, that's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to the gym, okay? Okay, now here's the hardest part of the challenge, which I think everyone probably would universally say, besides if someone says something about the diet. The 2 workouts a day. This is how you're gonna have to approach it. You want to try and get the outdoor workout done in the beginning of the day. You wanna try and get it done in the morning. You don't wanna have to worry about it later, because one thing about this challenge is, due to weather, things can get thrown off easily. So if you can try and just focus on getting your first workout in that day outside, you're pretty much good. You're pretty much good. And also the good plus of that is, it starts off you're drinking water. So I did this challenge in the summer, right? I would play a lot of different sports like soccer or boxing, right? Or I would, play basketball. So if I'm playing sports like this, I'm going to naturally be sweating a lot more. I'm going to be craving more water. I'm going to need more water. That's going to help you start off and get to that 1 gallon goal quickly, okay? So you want to go ahead and try and do your outside workout then, because now it's like you have pretty much the hardest part of the workout out the way. Now, what I would normally do for these are cardio sessions, okay? Now, I will be honest, the first 20 days, I was just doing regular cardio, running. I was doing, sprints. I was doing cardio like that. But I'll be honest with you, here's the thing about doing the cardio like running and, sprinting. If you do not enjoy it, it will get very boring very fast. So what I had to do quickly was I had to switch over to playing sports again. I had to play basketball and I played soccer, because when I tell you those are sports that I love, it's gonna make you wanna go and do the cardio more and do the outdoor workouts more, okay? Now, there may be some times where you can't physically just work out outside. Like, I'm not gonna act like that hasn't happened to me when the weather is bad. Like, if it's thunderstorming, which has happened to me a few times during this, and it's thunderstorming and you weren't able to do it and it's just raining all day, you definitely shouldn't be running in that. You're gonna slip, you could injure yourself. But like, let's say you're in the state of Texas right now, it's an F5 tornado in the back, it's over there and it's going crazy. If you still got 1 workout left, do not go outside and try and, do whatever. Obviously that's self-explanatory, but just in those cases, still get your 2 workouts a day. Make sure that you try and put that in the beginning of the day so that you don't have to worry about that later, especially when it gets closer to late at night, or when it gets closer to, times where other people are getting around you. Let's say if you got a family, you got kids, you're not gonna be able to just go outside and go do it, and you're not gonna be motivated to go do it. I'm being 100% honest with you. Then, when it comes to that second workout, normally what I did was I stuck to the gym. That was just the way it was. Y'all can see it in my clips that I'm putting up on screen. What you're gonna have to learn to do is you're gonna have to work out very effectively here. You're not gonna be able to just go in and do 4 sets per exercise. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to reduce your sets. You can still push to failure, but I'm being honest with you, you wanna do probably 2 sets per exercise. So let's say if I'm gonna go and hit my biceps, you'll do 2 sets of hammer curls, you do 2 sets of preacher curls. That could be done right there. If you wanna add 1 more, you could add a barbell curl. You could do that. Do not go overkill on this, because there is no push-pull leg rest. There is no upper-lower rest. So you are going to feel very bad and sluggish if you're not taking care of your body and getting rest between sets, and if you're doing way too much. You don't want to have overkill in the gym, okay? You are not an anime character. You are not Superman. You are not Batman, bro. You're not Batman. So you're gonna have to be able to make sure that you're going in there and you work smart, not just harder, work smart, all right? Now, when it comes to the gym, what I basically did for my, split during this was a PPL, no rest. So every 3 days, you're just repeating pretty much, almost, right? What I would do is I would then put my leg days in between a push and a pull day. I would try to do that when I was doing them. Obviously, you can't do that 100% of the time, but you wanna make sure that you get rest for those body parts, okay? Because some of them can be a little bit aligning to each other, okay? You wanna have that upper lower rest. You wanna have that mixed in there, okay? Now, for some days, when you hit like a 7th day, let's say you're doing PPL. On the 7th day after you're doing your PPL, so 6 straight days of that, try and find something that's more cardio inducive for you to do inside. So do box jumps, do something like, you know, a row machine for cardio. Try and find ways to do like explosiveness workouts, deadlift, do something. Because you're not just gonna keep wanting to work out the same muscles, because you could risk your possibility of getting injured, and then you're going to feel really sore, and that would just be a deterrent for you to go out and work out. So I'm telling you, be smart when it comes to this challenge. Don't try and do too much overkill. Just go be smart. Don't eat your cheat meals. Go read the book or find something else that you're gonna swap that out for that's gonna be productive, because the book, like I said, is so easy. The only thing easier than that is drinking water is the easiest thing to do. Go out there and you'll get your results. I'm telling you, if you look at my last video, I had some solid results, and y'all will get them too. And this is Rasul, and I'm out. Peace.